Imagine this. The AI agentic app that you built on Vertex AI or Google AI Studio for your clients have been running seamlessly for months. Then one day, the AI requests start slowing down. The agentic chain breaks. Clients panic. They need an answer, but you don't have a clear answer. Some AI calls take more than 200 seconds. The thinking models keep thinking forever. Some requests fail completely. And the error message that you get is 429 resource exhausted. For many developers, this started happening right after migrating their applications to a new Gemini model or a new Gen AI SDK. Here is exactly what happened. Google announced that Gemini 3 Pro Preview, which is one of their most highly reviewed models, a major model released only a few months ago, in November 2025, would be shut down in March 9, 2026. Google rushed developers to migrate their applications to the new model, Gemini 3.1 Pro Preview, to avoid disruption. Now, changing the model may sound like a small thing, but it's actually not. In the real full stack software development scenario, switching an AI model is never just a one-line update. When developers migrate to a new model, they have to revalidate everything to make sure that the client application works as usual, seamlessly. Even when platforms promise, nothing is going to happen and, things will not break, you just change the model, things often break. So developers like us run tests, do prompt adjustments and output validation, schema adjustment, everything. We do a lot of compatibility tests, regression tests, this, that. And all these just to make sure that things are working as before takes a long time, depending on the scale of the application. But this time, at a very high level, very interestingly, the model migration wasn't the only change that was happening on the Google platforms. Around the same time, Google also pushed developers towards a new unified library called google-generativeai SDK. The older libraries are being deprecated and scheduled for removal very soon. I think they are going to be removed in June, if I'm not wrong. So many like us had to manage two migrations at the same time. First, migrate the model, and second, migrate the SDK, because those are also not going to work after June. And this mad rush, first triggered by Google and then developers like us following their triggers, created a major stress on Google AI Studio as well as the Vertex AI platform. Why? Because Gemini APIs run on shared computing capacity by default. This sounds very strange, and platforms like OpenAI or Claude APIs don't work like that. Too many applications send requests at the same time. The system on Vertex AI or Google AI Studio may run out of available resources. Plus, the older APIs had to be kept alive at the same time before the final kill date. That's when the API returns the message 429 resource exhaust. Now I'm sure some of you are going to tell me, yes, there is a provision for that. All the enterprise class developers and all that, but not everybody is so lucky, not everybody's clients are so wealthy. So what is that? Google offers a solution called Provisioned Throughput, where companies can reserve dedicated AI capacity. But that comes at an additional cost. When you buy that provisional throughput, you actually face two costs. One, paying for each AI request, and then paying extra for the guarantee that the requests will actually give you some response reliably. Clearly, the developers, they knew that they will have to change the model or they will have to change the SDK, but they were not ready for this infrastructure issues at Vertex AI or Google AI Studio level that they were having to face. Thinking backward, I must agree that I also believe that, okay, change is good, change is constant, and you have to always thrive towards better API models, better AI, better streamlined SDKs. But when a major AI model launches and within a couple of months that's having to be killed, and when SDK change almost at the same time, and the production apps suddenly start throwing errors, some tough questions actually come to your mind. Was something fundamentally wrong with the earlier architecture? Or was the release of the previous model, however liked it was by the tech community, was it released rushed? Will there be a repeat of the problem in the future? Because that will land a large ecosystem of developers in trouble. Let's hope for the best and see you all in the next.